Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Still a great morning right here on Pre Music TV's Culture Daily. We've transitioned into the big conversation. You don't know it's going to be one of those ones again. It's a medical Tuesday. We're jumping into the world of wealth and health, where we talk about the things that are good for our body and our mind and our whole chi. Do you know what chi is? Well, if you don't know what chi is, at least I can tell you about cowbell. Because cowbell helps with my chi. It gets my chi aligned. Now, cowbell is telling us that as much as we aspire and make a mark in this life, we put ourselves on the level to excel, to keep pushing, to keep going forward and looking for the best possible outcome. When the work gets tough, and I bet you it will, you need that extra boost while you keep pushing forward. On those days where you need someone or something to be there, well, Cowbell Coffee is always there by your side with this rich, creamy 3-in-1 blend with a great taste and aroma that will aid in kickstarting your day, whether you're working or just creating memories with friends and loved ones. Cowbell 3-in-1. Cowbell Coffee is the way to go. So no matter where you are, you chase those goals and keep Cowbell in mind as the ultimate partner. We've all had our Cowbell 3-in-1 this morning. We are all We are all very, very ready for the day. Lenny, good morning. You are looking good there. I like it. Your fake TV face is beautiful.
Hi.
If I wish they could see your off TV face. The one you were doing before the camera gave you close up. Morning.
Good morning.
Do you want to pay bills with me or
do you want me to?
Pay bills for me now. Money first now.
What's up? Let's do that.
She just gone into Vegas. Thank God I didn't see it alone. They would have said zero. So thank God. God bless you.
You see, I don't think Cyril wants me to say what it is on air, but anyway, I'm just saving your image as well.
My image is in HD.
Your image has to be saved. So let me just get into Live and Food, okay? Because Live Restaurant does it and does it hot and good. At Live Restaurant, we say eat hot, eat good for Sunday brunch, or whether it's any time or any day during the week, or when it's Fridays and you have to engage in Live Restaurant's corporate Fridays. Okay, you can enjoy some good food, some good meals, and also just have fun with friends and family. Sunday brunch starts at 9 a.m. and it ends at 4 p.m. Tozafi, omutu, granola soup, lai soup, palm soup, tilapia, chicken, goat meat, chicken again, yes, fish, all of it for you. You can also call Live Restaurant on 020-133-7766, 020-133-7766. And like I said, you get to enjoy the Live Restaurant Corporate Fridays, and aside that as well, you get 5% discount on all the meals and for all attendees as well. You can also participate in some games, whether it's karaoke, sports, or entertainment quizzes, and that is for Corporate Fridays. You don't want to miss this one, okay? And then as well, after you eat at Live Restaurant, make sure to brush your teeth twice a day, because if not, the foods and sugars will get trapped in your teeth, which will lead to tooth decay, gum diseases, and in some cases foul breath, which we do not want. You are encouraged to brush your teeth morning and night, okay? Really, really important. But you do this with Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, which gives your teeth the protection that they need, leaving you 10 times stronger teeth. Pepsodent Cavity Fighter is fortified with fluoride and micro calcium ingredients, sealing tiny and visible holes in your teeth.
Did that mean something?
The micro.
Salvador. Iman.
This prevents cavities and keeps your teeth strong and your mouth healthy as well. Now, also remember that Pepsodent Cavity Fighter comes in 175 grams, the family pack, or the Jaka pack, which is 120 grams. or the sachets, which are 65 grams and 12 grams respectively. You can also get what you can afford at any time with Pepsodent. Now the good thing is you cannot say that you didn't find Pepsodent in any shop, because they've been at this for 25 years and they are in any corner store near you. Okay, and that is why the variants are really, really important. Again, Pepsodent has been here for Ghanaians for the past 25 years and is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association. Pepsodent gives you the opportunity to talk to any dentist, and this is for free. So if you have any problems, please reach out on 0800 161 000 to speak to a dentist. And also you can call toll free 0800 2000 30. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
Sun, sand, and your favorite beach festival. Catch the sun at the Tidal Rave 2024 on Saturday, October 12th. Coming right up at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Enjoy performances from everybody. When I say everybody, I mean Black Sherif, Sarkodie, Stoneboy, and more. Get ready to catch the sun indeed, with tickets available at tidalravefestival.com. Now sponsors: Absa, Johnny Walker, Coca-Cola, Flames, Condoms, and Close Up. With media partners, of course, 3 Music TV, 3 Media Networks, Guide Radio, Kojo Sheldon Studios, Plus FM, and YFM. What is it, Bibiana?
What's it?
Catch the sun. Let's rave. Tidal Rave Festival, biggest festival in Africa. You done know. Shout outs to my people at ECOWAS. Ole Salvador.
Do you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost? And do you also want a vibrant student experience and community that equips you with useful, employable skills, taking you one step closer to the career of your dreams? Enjoy all these and more, plus up to 50% scholarship for your degree at Lancaster University. Be taught by the finest faculty trained to UK standards at our ultra-modern campus. For more information, visit www.lancaster.edu.gh, and you can also Jesus is king.
This is not getting to me. It's going wrong.
You can also contact us via
everybody.
admissions at Lancaster. No, to be fair, I am
admissions. They Manchester.
I am a little bit under the weather.
Oh, the Maza.
So
Nobody excuse me.
You gotta blame it on the weather.
Nobody made excuse here. I beg you, collect your thing and go.
Admissions at lancaster.edu.gh, or call us on 0209 607 008, 0209 607 008. And if you're watching us on Facebook and you're outside the country, don't forget to use the +233 prefix code. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Doctor,
I have nothing to say.
pay a bill.
I don't have anything to say. That's what he said.
You don't have to pay any bill. Pay some bill, my brother. Which business have you brought to the show? You've been joining us for how long? But you pay some bill.
By force.
Oh, my AC, that's what pay. When you came here, make cool AC day on everything. Pay something. Which sponsor you bring, boss?
You want me to speak, so
Charlie,
just start from here and then just went there.
Somebody who teach English. You are doing well. Somebody who teach English and you.
Did you hear what Cyril said? We are not going to slide over that. Somebody who teach English.
But that's why I'm saying it.
Somebody who teaches.
You are correcting me.
I'm asking because somebody who teach English.
Say pigeon, Bozu.
This excuse dear.
I should excuse you. You saw it.
I said this excuse dear.
Praise the Lord. Now, you're still tuned into Culture Daily, Charlie. We pay some bills, small madness, but you know it's Tuesday. We get into the world of medicine, healthcare, lifestyle, and wellness. We've got our own Dr. Chris here. Doc Mori.
Good morning to our listeners.
I introduced you without introducing you already, but welcome again.
Thank you for having me.
Charlie, what are we fighting today?
Today, so CTFM broke a news about monkeypox. The Ghana Health Service has confirmed monkeypox case. 230 people suspected, and then the case is across 88 districts. So I'll read an excerpt from it. The Ghana Health Service has confirmed the case of monkeypox in the Bia West district of the Western North region. Where is that? The regions, I don't even know. Where's Western North?
Computer man is checking.
Western North.
Production, if we have any picture of something, I mean, today, the viewer discretion is
advice.
We're going to have to look. So before we get into it, we're going to have to look at the imagery, know what to look out for, the symptoms. I know there's some rash and stuff. And unfortunately, I know it's breakfast hour, but we have to look at it so that we know what to avoid and what to shout out when we see the symptoms. So please pardon us. I'm putting a big disclaimer across the whole Jesus Christ. I'm not going to look much myself because me these things what's it called trypophobia.
So the 15-year-old male who sought treatment at a district government hospital on September 25th, 2024, presenting with a 3-day history of fever, general body pains, a sore throat, and a rash, which initially appeared on his palms and face. In a statement issued to caution the public, the Ghana Health Service revealed that 230 other suspected cases have been reported across 88 districts in the country. So 25 individuals who came into contact with the patient have been identified and are being monitored closely. So it's a public health alert.
Woo! We've reached there.
Yeah.
So is there a quota for it to become an alert? Is it that your number being right now the alarm? Why is one not a good alarm?
Well, it depends. For example, if you have a condition that's endemic to a certain area, like in a room like this, every year we have one person who gets the common cold.
So when it comes,
it's not an alert, but it comes and then the whole building, everybody, about 100 people, then it means something has changed in the environment. Or the fact that somebody went somewhere, brought it, then later on the person shows symptoms, or it's on the list of conditions that should be looked out for. COVID was not for a while. But every year we used to have swine flu coming, NH1N1, that. So bird flu, they'll come through, and then we'll hear their and they'll go. But when COVID came, it was not going.
It came with luggage.
Yeah, like it came with a lot of luggage. It came and then it had. When you think you've got it, then it changes to something else. Then it came into a different phase. But now we have monkeypox, which started in the Congo, DRC.
Does it have anything to do with? Let's get the sensationalism and the humor and the jest and the jokes out of the way. I've realized that we joke a lot, play their eye top as a people. Like, let's just maybe if you put me in this city, there you go here. But we play a lot, play their eye top. Monkeypox, there'll be monkey jokes.
Oh yeah, there's some ups.
Yes, so I've seen it online and things like. Let's not be distracted. Has it got anything to do with monkeys?
No, so it has to do with animals. It's a zoonotic condition. So it means that animals can give it to us from animals to us. Yeah. So it can be rats, bush meat, it can be in the meat itself, can be in contact with any animal that comes from, in quote, the bush. So monkeys are there, then you have rats, squirrels, all these other bush animals.
So it can easily be rat pox.
It could easily be.
What goes into naming these beyond it being zoonotic, like you refer?
Sometimes it depends on where it started from. The patient zero. The patient zero. So if the first person to have been infected.
The patient or the patient or the person?
The patient.
Patients.
Okay.
You get me. The patient or the person who got infected
first. You put it together, so I just wanted to know.
First. In investigating, you figure out that the person came in contact with a monkey, and therefore sometimes they give some of these names because it's easier. Right now, it's not more called monkeypox; they call it mpox now. Yeah. More catchy and short. But what makes it very dangerous, is the fact that it's virulence. If you come in contact with somebody with it, you get it. If you came in contact with something the person used, you get it. If you came in contact with a person, bodily fluids, you will get it. If you came in contact with animals that have it, or they've maybe peed on your countertop, or they've touched it, you know how some homes. Is
that not the scary part? Because how would you even know that your pets at home haven't contracted this monkeypox? Because people also have an endearment to their pets so much so that they are in their personal spaces.
Oh, bro, we just be mentioning my name and let's do the show
on their beds. And all of that, right? So it may not even be
like those who have their pets in their bed and
on their couches, on their carpets, and all of that, and you will not know know that this pet of
I
yours
know.
has monkeypox?
Isn't that why they do they advise that people take for the animals?
Yeah, but I know that vaccinations are spaced out, right?
Yeah.
So what if it was just after, right? How would you know? I'm just saying this to say that you can't exactly control your environment, right? So is if it's for human beings as well, do we have asymptomatic humans as well?
Yes.
That's also another thing, because should someone have it and not be showing signs and then come close to another person who is not asymptomatic to mpox or to anything else, that means that person will be getting it.
I think you already answered your question. I think the lesson or the message here is don't come close to people randomly.
How is that?
Yeah, so the same way we had protocols
For COVID.
for COVID,
So-
we need to start personally in a very mild and conscious way, establishing certain protocols.
So how do you
Don't
decide that, Cyril?
For example, don't put your hand all over the counter if you don't know the counter familiar. You just enter a place and start
Touching surfaces.
bath on the counter because you are relaxing.
It's
Oh
not
no,
even
then we
that.
go
It's
back
not
to
even
the
about
system
surfaces,
where
so-
we talk about we go back to how we're doing it, the sanitization and
Yeah.
wash of hands.
Yeah.
You need to go back to that because viruses they don't. That's the
Yeah.
first line of defense.
I think that will work. The reason I'm saying you don't
Because
decide.
I think your Veronica buckets have gone back, right?
Yeah,
I
the
saw
reason-
some being sold. They are all there, stacked up. Nobody's buying.
Yeah. The reason you're not so sure who you get close to is that's why I asked about people being asymptomatic, right? Because, for example, Cyril, you can have mpox, but you're asymptomatic. I wouldn't know that you have mpox. Maybe
Or
you
I could-
maybe you
I
don't
could
even
have
know.
it, and
that
at the
you have-
time you interact with me, I'm just not showing symptoms.
Exactly,
So
and then
asymptomatic, yeah.
I will contract it and then just immediately start showing.
That's the issue with
signs. So
viruses.
that's what I'm saying. So how would
That's
you
what I'm saying.
know?
That
Because
question you're asking, there's
it's
no
not-
solution to
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
The
like-
solution to it is to break the chain of contamination.
That's why
of
we quarantine you.
reinfection.
When
That's
we
why
find-
quarantine and
Yeah.
all these things. So basically, Doc, are you saying that
quarantine, you guys mean?
we need to tongue,
Tomato.
tomato, potato,
No,
potato, Bevelin, Lomore, Lomote.
Americans actually say quarantine.
Don't mind this, Eleni.
The Americans say quarantine.
Quarantine.
French woman, we
Go, continue.
Go, continue. See you shouting at me on TV. Hey, Doc, I need therapy. Charlie, so are you saying, Doc, that we need to, in our personal way, introduce the kind of protocols that we had at the genesis of this whole COVID thing into our lives? Washing our hands 3-4 times a day, hand sanitizer, physical distancing. I mean, not to raise panic and you know whatever,
Yeah.
but it's better safe than sorry. Are you saying we need to get to that kind of level of personal care at this point? Is there alarm for that?
We are not there, but we can also say as soon as they say it's an alert, it means you need to put in place precautions. If I give a weather alert, maybe it might not get to you, but
but
you
you
need
take
to
an
start
umbrella.
stocking up like your food and other supplies. When we said there was an issue with power outages, people bought generators, people stocked up on fuel. When fuel prices started, people filled their tanks the night before. So you take precautions against something. If it doesn't happen, you are okay. If it does happen, you are secured for a bit. In the sense that we stopped as soon as when COVID came. A lot of other cases that are related to infections went down. The typhoid, the cholera, they all went down because we were washing our hands. Somebody used the washroom, he washes their hands, he touches, he cooks, he's washing. People were doing all that, and then as soon as we said COVID was out of it, everybody just went back, and all those cases are back up again.
But I read a theory somewhere that, if we are also too clean, we are creating a
sterile
generational-
environment.
yeah,
A generation where they can't,
vulnerability.
yeah, because they can't
Yes.
handle some of
Yeah,
this.
Is that true?
That's also a possibility. That's the downside of some of these
Of
things.
being too clean.
Yeah, because if I put in a sterile environment for so long, let's use an example. Last time we were always talking about that. The in quote DB's environment. It's
Yeah.
concrete, everything is carpeted, it's cemented. You don't come AC cars from place to place. You don't come in contact with the
Oh, now I
mokola.
haven't bought food
You don't.
truck.
You don't buy buffalo from the roadside. You don't get infected from the ice cream seller.
AKA Cyril's children. Okay.
So you don't come in
First, you
contact with
started with
somebody.
my dogs.
I didn't mention cereals.
Those
I mentioned dogs.
of you have pets
at the time.
and pets and are close with your pets.
That's
and your
all
animal
I
and your
said. I
pet.
didn't mention
You
your
pointed
name.
your right hand here 6 times.
Did I?
Don't worry, doctor, you talk.
So when children like that, from the children who are eating sand from the floor and playing from the floor,
Yes, like
children who
like,
never
like,
went
like
there.
me.
So a child will come with 2 children the same age, different environments, and they'll come and one is infected by something that you think this should be normal, like usually far away coffee that will be fine, but she goes and comes back again because that infection has never gone into the system before.
Yeah.
That's why a
There's no
child
immunity.
can be eating some of the dirty things that you think is dirty and nothing's happening because
There's already death inside the child.
so immunity has been created. The immune system learns. They learn. You introduce something, they learn how to fight it, and the next time it comes, they shut it down.
Oh,
But
call
when
her.
they don't.
Charlie, also Charlie, sit in the back there.
Yeah, so they'll just
Typhoid-
fuck you somewhere. Like,
Typhoid day the back there, Charlie.
But doesn't that show later?
sometimes, so what's going to happen is that when we're talking about this, the people who are at risk of this, apart from those who came in contact with people with the condition, it's also people who have their immune system compromised. Retro patients like HIV, your immune system is compromised. Somebody who has taken a blood transfusion, heart transplant, your immune system is compromised. Medications that compromise your immune system, weakens your immune system, and allow some of these viruses to evade easily. Because your immune system is your first line defense against some of these things. So the hand washing also serves as a protective shield for your immune system, right? So it's like a first line, second line. Now your first line, you don't do it already, you don't wash your hands. The virus comes, your immune system is also shut. That's free for all. It's going to use your mechanism. And they replicate by using our mechanism for generating cells. So they hijack our system for producing cells and antibodies and then use that to replicate themselves.
Wow. So nothing we can do. We should wash our hand.
No, you wash your hands. So
Okay,
this infection is in 2 stages.
There's a chart. Do you need a chart up?
Yeah.
For this, I think if we can get the chart up so that we walk through the stages and then we can delve further into the symptoms, the transmission, and the cure.
So we have this is the erupture stage. But with the pre-erupture stage, that's when it starts with your sudden fever. The fever is sudden onset. You are okay, and then all of a sudden you have a fever. Then you have a headache, you have a back pain, you have cough, you feel generally unwell, you are severely exhausted. and typically the
Fever, headache,
ladies
cough
also-
is here. Camera only.
sometimes you have
Let's be serious.
You going?
Let's be serious.
and sometimes the process that now so if you look at our chart, this is the when we get to a eruptive stage. So you've passed through your fever and everything, and now it's going to a stage where you're going to a stage where the macules will form. So it forms your skin like that. It starts with stage 1, macules.
Blemishes.
So
But this
blemishes
one,
like-
Afrao, me that I look like a golden tree chocolate. This is first stage 1 to show.
Yeah, so yours will start in stage 2 when it starts swelling. It lifts off the
Even
skin.
in disease is not fair.
It lifts off your skin in stage 2. Then stage 3, it starts filling with
That's papules.
yeah, papules. Then you go
So
to
the
vesicles.
elevation is what's the
Elevation
papule?
papules are elevated a bit, and then you have edges around it. So fine edges are formed around it. These are in vesicles. It's more defined.
Yeah.
It's kind of defined. There's
Around,
redness coming,
yeah.
and then in pustules you have like fluid filling it or pus filling it. Then in stage 5, it hardens. It hardens and dries over, then forms scabs. Now these scabs, they fall off the skin when new cells are generated to clear it. If it falls off your skin, that one that has fallen on the floor is still infectious.
Hey.
So
For
when I
how
can
many
hear-
hours? For up to how many hours?
So when the scabs fall off,
So the incubation period for this whole process is 7 to 21 days. Your first symptoms will appear in 10 to 14 days.
Okay.
Now, from the 14th day onwards, the skin lesions form. So there's an image of somebody who has affected their face, if they could put it up. So it starts from under your soles of your feet, your face, your palms, your chest, your butt, and other places. And it's very serious in children because of their immune system. Now you see how his is started July 1st.
Damn.
If you're looking at it, it starts from
Yeah,
July
viewer
1st, July
discretion.
15. See how it's forming. So right now, I think we are at what? Macules?
Yeah.
We're not pustules yet. July 18th. Fluid has filled it. It's starting to dry and harden. July 21st is still the same way. July 22nd. Then look, July
It's drying
24th.
up.
Then down there. Then the 30th, it falls off. You see it's falling off? So it's clearing again. New skin is coming. By August 1st, look at this. August 1st, look at the skin.
So is that
so he's gone through a whole cycle.
The whole cycle.
So is that
So is it that it's not fatal or his immunity was
If your immune system is strong or you've been maybe vaccinated against it, there's chances that you survive some of these things.
so the August one is it is done?
It's done.
So would,
So
would it be stuck like that?
No, so some leave scars, like the way we have for chicken pox does. So it leaves scars, some don't. So it depends on how much.
How is that? I noticed the first one would mistake that for herpes.
Very good.
So how do you identify the mistake?
So you identify it by the symptoms you are getting. The onset, sudden onset fever. Then you feel severely exhausted, like you don't have done anything. You can be sitting and feeling really, really tired. That's the first time you should visit the hospital.
That's when you see the rash and then you start feeling the fever.
If you start feeling feverish.
So can we have the picture and see which day we are supposed to rush to hospital? Day 11th or
11th July.
Yeah, because 11th
July.
Look, 11th July,
It looks like
pimples, acne,
and the worst part about it is that July 11th, if you open his mouth, probably you start seeing ulcers. So you might also think that dehydration, malabsorption, malnutrition, or like a lot of differential diagnoses for this. You can also say vitamin C deficiency, scurvy can also start causing your oral ulcers.
What's the possibility of this recurring?
When you get the first time, the percentage is very low, because if your immune system has built an immunity against the first time, there's chance that the second time it will withstand it, like common cold.
Looks scary.
So this guy, if he touches the surface,
let's say he does that,
it's
just that like, what's up? Yeah, then he shakes your hand.
Condemn.
Then you buy Bullfoot, your farm milk with Bullfoot or whatever it is. You've already just ingested it. Now it's up to your immune system to see it early and say, okay, we know this thing. We are going after it.
So this guy takes public transport.
Yes.
We are all doomed on the
or let's say he uses a public place like a barbering shop or a salon or whatever it is. The person attending doesn't know what it is, right? So in rubbing the cloth, around your neck and all the towel, whatever it is, to those who wash it and under heat and ultraviolet, that's very good. That really helps. Or he goes to a place where public swimming pools. Or it's your partner, actually.
So he does this and he opens the Uber door.
Yes, the tap. The door to the restaurant, the door to the office.
Like anywhere and everywhere. This is just like COVID.
It's just like cold. No, look at common cold, the way it happens. You sneeze, people wipe their nose, right? The next thing they wipe on their clothes and they think it's okay and they hold the door.
Yeah.
Doctor, stop.
And they hug other people.
Sanitizer short.
We are coming
That's
to
what I'm saying. This is
it's
just
going to
like,
happen again.
this is just like COVID all over
10
again.
billion face
Because you
shields
have to
for
sanitize, you have to wash your hands.
And this is how it's like,
you have
like
to
the way we sit here, we talk about it. Like he said, we should take this thing serious because we sit here. Remember the first time we heard about it? It was somewhere and they went and it wasn't it.
Yeah.
They rushed there, it wasn't it, and everybody was happy, and we all sort of like forgot about it because it's in West Africa. DRC is not far. It's right.
But you
there.
said 200 and something in Ghana.
In Ghana here, and they are having like thousands of people dying.
So so let's move to the non-visual symptoms. You said because that one there, the amount of people who have pimples around their face.
So that's the pre-eruptive stage.
Will cause a pandemic if we say that pimples is the only symptom.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other symptoms that might be critical to this.
Let's just say it comes with flu symptoms, common cold symptoms, comes with the fever. So you have your first one is the fever, the headaches. Fever, headaches. The fever is important, but I'm telling you this because the fever is sudden.
Is that what happens first before you get these eruptions?
No, it can come with the cough. Someone can start with a cough. It's a simple general cough, runny nose. It looks okay. Then the fever is sudden onset. It's fine. All of a sudden it comes, then it goes. Then it comes again. But you see some fevers that they stay with you the whole day. And then the next one is the joint pains, the pains in your body. You feel like really weakness, and then you're exhausted for doing nothing. Then you feel generally unwell, like general malaise, like you are just like, I'm not well. That person keeps saying that I'm not well. And we take for granted, like, I'm not well. We'll just do some soup and rest.
Yeah. Don't take soup and rest and come to the hospital.
So you see, you are going through all these things within day 1 to about 14, 10 to 14, like you are in there, and then you don't treat it. You take it lightly. Then it moves from 14, it starts forming, the pustules start forming, the macros start forming. Then you are getting there. Now, the reason why this is important and it's good that we are talking about is because of the children. Because I said somebody can pick up a child, and we've grown enough. We've experienced a lot of when COVID came and all that, so we are exposed a bit to some of these viruses, so we can build up some natural immunity to some of them. But with the children that have been born, they are now building their immunity. So some parents will see rashes at the back of the child and think that chickenpox is just a normal heat rash. Until otherwise, let a specialist or a doctor confirm that this is not what you think it is. Before you start applying the lotions and common lotion and whatever it is, antibacterial cream. Because if it comes with fever, that's a problem. And a child can't tell you I have fever. A child can't tell you I'm having joint pains. A child can't tell you that, oh, my back hurts. The only thing can tell you that they look unwell. They're not playful anymore and they'll be crying a lot. And then they'll be probably warm to touch. So these are all signs that you should take. Like,
that means even schools have to be on high alert.
Very good.
With these things.
If you go back to the washing of hands, the sharing of cups, the sharing of things in schools.
Bathrooms in schools. Wow.
Because pure water.
Sharing of bathrooms.
You know the pure water thing.
You
know the pure water thing. The one person buys pure water and someone says, "Oh, Junior, leave me some."
After you.
Right. So this is very, very important to our listeners out there. Like, if you know somebody who has these symptoms, you should encourage the person to, or you yourself, you start looking at, if you come in contact with someone like that.
It's time, brother.
Yes. If it's malaria, confirm it. Get it confirmed that it's malaria or it's not, and have your peace of mind, know that you're fine. And when you go home, you wash your hands. So my colleagues, they carry hand sanitizers everywhere. Whereas you don't know what you've touched.
As should be.
As it should be.
As it should be, yeah. But we stopped.
I think we used to have them posted on doors, like before you enter a place. You press the button.
Tells you about our discipline, but that's a different show. Treatment regime. So assuming you go, what typical treatments? We've seen how much of COVID's treatment was trying, erroring, guessing, and Charlie, everything some entered. For this, do we have a solid treatment that they know that, okay, you've come with Mpox, lie down, take these things, in 3 days you'll be fine?
Yes.
Are we there, or we are also guessing with that as well?
So when the person presents, usually they manage the pain a lot with analgesics, painkillers and all that. And because that's why the pain is severe. When the rash we are talking about, it's not just, it's painful rash. So that's what usually starts with. Because of the pain, you need to make the person feel comfortable a bit. There are antiviral drugs that you can take. And then with those who have been exposed, they are usually vaccinated against it. Because it's in the same family with smallpox and cowpox. The genome is the same family. So since we have smallpox vaccines, some people they've realized that those who have been vaccinated against smallpox have built immunity against the Mpox. So that's what they're doing. And other medications are coming out. WHO is working hard on it. They gave a public health notice about it when the DR Congo cases started for people to be on alert. And so they are working very hard and they are doing very well in that aspect. But you see, prevention, as they always say, is better than cure. You see the sign early, get treatment early. Yeah. And then the hygiene, personal hygiene, is important. People go to the washroom, don't wash hands. But I remember COVID, people were washing hands, it was crazy. People, it was an OCD thing.
My hand was almost like skin.
People cough and
they'll sack you from the room there.
When I was coming to Ghana, I was at the airport when the whole thing started. So I was leaving last flight, sort of. Everybody's trying to get home. And when a queue, somebody coughs. It's like the Red Sea. It parted like. Yeah, like and the guy was actually drinking something. So I think he just went to the wrong place. So he looks around and realizes that he's the only person standing there.
Of course.
Wow. We need to get to that, but you see,
we don't want to get there.
We don't want to get there, but that panic is also a very good preemptive way.
Because we're already dealing with so many things already. We don't want to add this. There's so many social issues. We don't.
The thing you are saying, Ole, I'm just hearing that about sickness, that about sickness. Because I'm thinking,
but how that about get it? How that about get it? It doesn't even come in contact with.
It doesn't come across. Pardon me. Doesn't come across like a major concern. I don't know if my language is for now. One, because there's nothing unique. It's the same protocols for cholera.
Yes, it's the same protocols.
Typhoid, COVID.
It's the same protocols for health.
For health, for life. Wash your hand after going to the public bathroom.
What happened to this advert?
There doesn't need. We don't need a disease.
The pink fufu advert.
Yeah. Yes.
We don't need a disease for you to know to wash your hand after the bathroom. We don't need a disease before you know that, before you shake a stranger's hand, don't blow your nose.
Like you don't need a disease to wear a seatbelt.
Yeah, like we don't need cariosis before you wear a seatbelt. So it seems like that scare factor that drove us to put those basins in front of every door and have sanitizer at every
Everybody
junction.
allowed to visit you. Nobody, you don't allow to visit you.
Also, the amount of people I spoke to through my gate. Yeah, cool. Charlie, yeah, tomorrow. Hey, also, open gate for you. Also, relax.
How do you think health workers felt when you couldn't go home?
Like
you were home, or like you would go home, you after a shift at the front line, and you go home, and then your family they put like a bucket of water.
So you bath outside.
Put all your clothes like in that place. Yeah. Because you don't want to be the one.
Friend of mine was that rich. He bathed outside.
Me, I couldn't come. My parents are a bit older, you see, and I have siblings, so I couldn't come home. Even when I came out from house, I didn't go home straight. I wanted to see my family, but I couldn't. I had to go and get a place to stay for some weeks, and even that, after the 2 weeks when I had to come back home, you could still see.
Did they watch you one eye?
Yeah, because I remember there's a guy who fixes my TV, a friend of mine. I park the car, get down, the guy takes off. But he didn't know I was back. He takes off running. Hey, man, from Baha.
Everyone is selfish. It's about their own lives.
Yeah,
but
we
Doc,
need that selfishness.
Yes, it's really, really important. Doc, you mentioned that when the scabs fall, they are still very potent.
Yes,
right?
that's even in relation to even health workers in the hospital, because because we come in contact with it, even when the person is under treatment, the person is getting better, as you see, it's falling off and all that, the dry, scaly stuff is falling now. Because it's still in the hospital setting, we without gloves and that can still come in contact with it.
Yeah.
Even at home, those who are treating it at home could also have the same
That's
issue.
Scary. But
so burdens apart.
Are important.
Your burdens that you sleep on, the pillow, probably the sofa,
the toilet seat.
Pillows.
Yeah.
If you have the person sleeping your sofa, you might want to
change the sofa.
How do you disinfect the sofa?
When the person goes there, you pour kerosene on the sofa.
You can dry clean it. But also, for how long or for how many hours are these cups potent?
Yeah, so viruses have when they are away from their host, it takes a bit of time before they die off. Some also can form how do you call it? These shells around themselves, protect themselves, so they can lay dormant until they activate it. But I'll get the right one for you. Because I know common cold is shorter. Common cold outside the body is
seconds.
So it touches the surface, after a few hours it dries off, and then you are good.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
With regards to medication, the drugs needed to treat the Mpox, are they drugs we already have in rotation? Oh, you see what I'm asking? Because the drugs needed to treat COVID were not available. The vaccines had to come from somewhere, and it led to a lot of loss of life. People were suffering before the arrangements were made. Are these treatments things that are already in our pharmaceutical circles here that they will just prescribe for you and you go and get your 3 injections and go home? Or is the Mpox virus also another tricky one that we are doing what's the trial like to
So I'll give you a bit of background. Ghana is ranked at first worldwide and third in Africa in the number of confirmed cases.
So what
did you say?
So there's Mpox in the world.
Yes.
In Africa,
yeah,
we are third.
Number 3.
And globally, we are number 30.
31st.
You go call me Zoom call.
When was this published?
So this from the NCBI. This is medical publishing.
What year was it? I wish.
It's 2023 February. It was published online 2023 January 21st.
Wow.
As last year.
It's been around though. It's not like I don't know why monkeypox is not new.
You know the amount of undocumented 200 and one is the documented one.
Yeah.
The undocumented,
because you're looking at the funeral weekend, people who maybe came in contact with all these people.
Yeah. So why?
Okay. You know, go. Talk.
No, I'm just curious to know why we are getting to know about this in 2024 and the timing of these statistics that have been published. Is it that
that's why you were saying that if we could be ranked number 3 with only maybe 5 cases, which is no need for panic.
Whole Africa?
Yeah, maybe number 1 had 6 cases, number 2 had 5, and Ghana had 4.
But how then do you identify the difference between monkeypox and chickenpox? Because I think that for those who have not seen chickenpox before, right?
Yeah,
Seeing this, if
one,
it's
it will look like
monkeypox,
somebody,
it will look like
somebody who are,
chickenpox
and if you have
for
somebody
them.
around you who has seen chickenpox, might say that's it.
Yes,
that's
the
it.
person will
Yeah.
say it's chickenpox.
Misdiagnosed.
So they may
because
So
misdiagnose.
what is that? What is it?
how
Because
can we tell?
You have to just
monkeypox, chickenpox, and then yamenpox.
cowpox.
How?
There's cowpox too.
Yeah, again, how?
So the first time monkeypox was discovered was 1958. They were doing a test on monkeys and they found it, and then somebody in the Congo got it in
Why
1970.
don't they just leave the animals?
So it's
alone?
a recurring. It looks like a recurring. This virus.
That
I
means
look
it's
at
is it possible that it's dormant within us, and then every now and then there's some reactivation?
or it's in the bush.
And maybe it's in the bush when someone Akrantie catches.
Yeah.
Then Isa goes to eat the fufu. He goes to church and tell your brother you love him, and then high five the whole church. And then it could be that simple, oh. There's a movie called Contagion.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And
yeah,
you should see how quickly the thing spread. Harmlessly, effortlessly.
And if you watch
24
Contagion
hours.
before COVID, it won't be a surprise. Yeah, you could just see it happening.
happening,
You're like,
yeah.
whoa, this is a pathway.
And hey, Charlie, so the chicken pox, monkey pox, cow pox, the pox family, no, they are indistinguishable, more or less, because the things you are saying, joint pain,
So I was just put
fever.
for the flu-like symptoms. So
everything is flu-like
Like
symptoms.
symptoms, yeah.
Cancer cry, flu-like. They go tell us say flu-like symptoms, but give us specific. But if I cough through my left side or my right side, or if I cough my one eye closed, something specific. Because flu-like symptoms, there, everybody in this room now has flu-like symptoms. We are all sniffling and clearing our throat and scratching our noses one way or the other. So they should lock us inside.
I think we'll just use the severe exhaustion part.
That would be the
difference,
differentiator.
because if you look
You
at
don't do anything, then you just die all of
your
a sudden.
joint pains, because common cold doesn't give you joint pains. You just get a runny nose and a headache, and then you are good. And the other one also makes you get fever, and then you take some soup and you're okay. But this one comes with joint pains and feeling severely exhausted. I see someone that's beating you. No. When you get to that point, you know that you've passed flu. You pass common cold to flu, and now you're getting to a place. Yeah. And you are right. You are right about this. There should be a way for us to say this is this and this is that.
What does it take for the authorities to reinstate those mandatory protocols like the Veronica bucket, the hand washing,
Numbers.
all those numbers?
It's numbers. It's
So the
it's a
200
numbers
and,
game.
200
So
and
so rate of infection is part. If the rate of infection, let's say every 3 months or 6 months we get one case, it won't be something that. But when we are getting a week in days, 5 people,
so the
10
frequency
people,
of infection.
and then you are looking at the mortality too. Mortality is the part that even scares a lot, because then you have a lot of people dying.
What is
we
the
admitted for it.
probability of death when it comes to monkeypox? How common is it that somebody treated or untreated might lose their life?
DRC had a lot of deaths in relation to this, but on our part of the world, we've not had any. So
the 200 and something Ghanaians.
Oh, yeah, it's like the way COVID.
They are fine.
You get it. We all our numbers. Everybody who works here is part of the numbers. But out of the numbers here, dwindle it down.
it's not
Which of them? Yeah,
specific.
it's not really. So that's the thing about tracing, contact tracing. Everybody, you are. When in the Kasai,
I haven't had contact tracing in a while. But
Who is
I think
responsible
this
for
is
that?
Very
Public health.
unethical.
Ghana Health Service. They have a public health unit, a team. They are serious. Those people don't play. They take the whole thing like World Cup, or they take like World Cup, because they need to. They are the first line. They go there. They're like you say that they're the investigative team. They go there, set up a team, find out who is infected, track everybody down.
These 200 people were some in Accra.
I don't know. This is the FM rating. They didn't write anybody. Is it 88 districts?
And
How many districts are in Ghana? How many districts are in Ghana?
No, plenty, 1,000 something.
Yeah,
They didn't mention any of the districts.
Is that Western North? Or what was that? Western North?
The regions, Accra, no, the inside.
Yeah.
Where is Western North?
I'm asking about Accra because
How close is Western North to Accra?
It's at the top of the West. I'm asking about Accra because when we were faced with COVID, we were told.
No, yours was no. Let's get this straight. Yours was because the way to enter COVID was coming to Ghana was here, airport.
Okay. No, I'm talking about Accra being the biggest conduit for the country.
Like everybody's coming here.
Yes, coming and going, trading cars, motor, everything, weddings.
Oh, their eyes are on it. So we report. When we, they give us this parameters you are seeing, every doctor who is seeing a patient, OPD, whatever, everybody has that information that we study in school. So when you see a certain case, we have a list of conditions that when you see it, you need to report to. There's a public health team in every hospital. So you tell them, I've seen this case. Like the way it's a 3 days duration. It's a doctor who probably wrote that. Because you ask you questions, how long have you had this flu? You say this, how did it come about? What job do you do? The history. Oh, I'm a hunter. That's it. Okay, you circle that. Red flag.
Is there any first aid to do?
First aid.
First aid or immediate emergency treatment.
Avoid everybody. If you think this is what you have to be stay away from your people until you get treatment.
It's almost impossible.
Yeah. Because it's learning that will drive me to hospital.
Then she'll end up with you over there in the ward.
Perfect. We want what C.
Side ward. The VIP section.
VIP section with air conditioning TV. We'll go
DSTV.
DSTV, please.
Or Netflix and chill.
No, Super Sports mention match. No, I mean because I'm asking because as much as I don't want to encourage self medication, we saw the neem tree and the hot inhalation and what did we do for COVID?
Garlic and ginger, concussions.
What
the one that became popular? The red drink that became popular. Sobolo.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was discouraged.
And Nim.
And then at a point, they were now encouraging it and adding it to the stuff. I want to know if there's any such thing that could be applicable to maybe your joints, your fever, all that. Something you could do for house.
Good healthy food, warm, hot foods. Everything you eat right now should be hot. It should be.
Why?
Because viruses can't stand heat. They can't stand heat. So germs can't stand heat. So your food.
Is that just for ingestion or?
It's for everything, even water. So the contact is also part. That's what the sanitization also does. Kills bacteria and viruses, right? About 99.7%. So.
That 1%, we have to interview it one day.
Because there's no absolutes. There's no absolutes. So that's why the numbers they always give the 99.7. So it's a plus 2 minus 2 sort of situation. So go back to what you were doing when COVID came. The coconut water, the eating the fruits. Go back to boosting the immune system. Because your first line against it is your immune system. Like the way, gentlemen, the immune system is so strong. You just go through it.
Just relax and took pictures with the team.
Yeah.
Like I was at home chilling. Well, if in case you
and the exercises, yeah.
Oh, no,
we won't do it.
I beg you.
We won't exercise.
Let's talk about that. Because if I'm not well and I need to exercise, I mean, where am I going to get the strength from? And
so when we say
I
exercise,
risk gasping for air
and all that, because you are severely exhausted and all that. So when you talk about exercise, we don't there's you work out, so you graduated.
Yeah.
You don't just start by you don't burn intensive doing cardio. Cardio you start even slowly.
Oh, yeah.
So even when you are ill, we tell you to move up, be mobile. It helps to be mobile and not stay in the bed. So though you are unwell, you should be able to get up, walk about a bit, and come back to your position. Because even in hospitals, when we keep a patient in bed for so long, they get bed sores.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's why we need to be turning them. Nurses come in and turn them and wipe them down. Because if you stay in one position for so long, it's easy for you to contract something. Wow. So it even works out with people who work so hard. When they work so hard, they go on retirement. Realize that we always say that when they stop working, it's as if they get weaker. So usually you taper it. When you are going, some of these things you taper down. When you are getting to your retirement, start tapering.
Cold turkey.
Yes. You don't just go shut it down. I'm not going to work anymore. No. So some become consultants. Some do their farming just to stay active.
But does that boost the recovery process though?
It helps.
Because
the active mind. See, the mind is mind over matter. So your body works with that. It needs to be active. Your body is always working. So in a point of stasis, sedentary lifestyle. So even some of the risk factors of some conditions is sedentary lifestyle, not doing anything.
Right.
Monkeypox, there's no monkeys involved. It's a name, so that's step one. Step two is all the things we did when COVID hit. Unfortunately, we need to, in a preventive mind and in preventive effort, get back to washing our hands regularly, keeping distance when necessary, only touching and getting close when necessary, checking the surfaces we interact with, the people, the places, making sure we eat only hot, fresh, healthy food, and staying
So
active.
one more thing. Doc,
And one more thing.
what's up with people eating hot, pepperish stuff when they're not well, especially when they have like a cold or something?
They're trying to induce heat.
The pepper.
Yeah, like trying to use that sweating sensation. That's why the soups. You see the soup, yeah. You see the sweat. They're trying to induce that, but you can actually get that if you're unwell with the flu and you take soup itself, which is hot, not pepper hot, spicy. It's about heat.
Oh, okay.
You induce
but people
that.
actually take like.
Yeah, they actually do that.
They
Even
take
anything
like
to get
hot.
heat.
didn't you know that COVID time people lost their sense of taste? People were doing that. People were chewing like red hot pepper, trying to.
Yeah.
Get it back.
And you don't.
Vibe.
Yeah, they thought it would like reset.
It doesn't do
They didn't work.
Stomach gas.
Acid reflux and all that.
Charlie, I beg you, don't chew pepper. Power five. Don't chew pepper, but do make sure you do the right things when it comes to your personal hygiene. And in case you feel feverish without any prior build-up, painful joints hurting, feeling like you have a cold or flu-like symptoms, or you see any of these blemishes on your skin. I know our skin is dark, so you might not see it from day one, but any undue things on your skin, you quickly rush to an emergency center, a hospital somewhere, and you tell them that you want to get checked, because this could easily get out of hand. But like Doc is saying, when the numbers are enough, there will be the right alarm. But for now, we are being preventive and trying to understand what monkeypox is all about, and hoping that it doesn't go any further than the 238 people who have endured it across 88 districts. Ketsi City FM. The name is Serial. This has been Culture Daily's Big Conversation. In Studio 899, you've been listening on Plus 89.9 as well. I've been here with Dr. Chris Lenny Lomote and Olele Salvador. And from the entire anti-monkeypox squad, we say peace
out.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Telecel.